Now it's working. I was like, why did the thing go dark? I was sitting there talking, and I thought I pushed the record button. Okay, I was talking about this T-shirt because it's holy and stuff. Because I mean, he took all my stuff, and for the fact that I might have some clean clothes and stuff, I have very few, and so I put on raggedy shit during the week. And I told you, the neighborhood I stay in, these people up here are a trap, and I really don't want them messing with me. So if I go outside wearing this, they just think I'm just some homeless person. They leave me off alone, even though um, the beard is starting to come in now. I'm gonna have to shave this again and stuff, especially if I'm going for these interviews, because my hair is coming back. The hair is not bad. The beard is still not bad yet and stuff. I mean, it is what it is. There was some girl at that job fair. It was funny because she was trying to get me to do something, and I said, "Honey, that's out of my age range." And she looked at me and she said, "I never would have saw it because see, this hadn't started growing in yet. I just got it all cut off and stuff, So as far as you're concerned, I look young enough for that age group." I said, I'm more than twice that age." She said, "I never would have figured it." I said, "I appreciate that," because she was doing her speech. Now, you could say it was just heat stroke on her. You could say that. I don't know. I mean, I'm not good at telling people's ages and stuff. They tell me all the time how old they is. I mean, some people tell me how old they are. I said, "Are you sure you want to go with that age?" I ain't here to talk about people. I'm just telling you. You just can't go by looks alone. You go by spirit and all kinds of stuff. And I really just don't care. Seriously. I mean, because everybody wants to say, well, black don't crack. I mean, same thing with Filipinos, Hispanic. I mean, it's all kinds of people out there that basically have a youthful appearance. They just have it. They either do or they don't. It's in their genes. It's in their bloodline, whatever. I'm not tripping. There's longevity on both sides of my family. So I'm not even tripping off of that either. I looked at the fact that certain people in my family died at a young age. Like my brother, he died at 36 from Lou Gehrig's disease. And my father, he died at like 56 from a home manner ailment. My grandmother thought she was going to be leaving when she got to 60. She lived to be 90 something. And it was funny because I told her straight up, I said, "You think you're going anywhere before God calls you?" I mean, I just talked to her that way. She was funny. But she only got mad at me one time. And the one reason why I knew she was mad at me is because whenever we ended the conversation on the phone, she always said, "And don't forget, Big Mama loves you." I said, and I never forget that. But one time, she was telling me something, and she had called, and I was asleep. But the answer machine kicked in, and it was her. She said, "Pick up. It's Big Mama. I need to talk to you." I picked up the phone and stuff, and she was telling me something about the family. And I was sitting there playing devil's advocate, And she was mad. She said, "You don't understand. You don't know what's going on and all this kind of stuff." And blah, 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 blah. And I mean, she went off on me. I said, "Big Mama," I said, "I don't know what you want me to tell you because, I mean, I don't know what to say about these people. And I was like, excuse me, we're talking. And finally, the conversation was winding down, it was coming to an end, and I said, "Well, I love you." She said, "Oh, bye." She hung up on me. I mean, Big Mama mad at me. Because I'm sitting there. I mean, because, I always defended my grandmother. Just like I knew she always defended us. Not just me, us. The whole family. Whether she liked us or not, she defended us. And my family was a trip. We talked about her all the time. She's like, "I guess you always talk about the ones you love." So I guess I should feel really loved because they really talked about my black ass before everything was said and done. To the point that they actually unfriended me. I think they hurt my feelings. Well, they did. On one level, they did. One level. On the other level, no. They just proved to be who they are. So, Do I draw comfort in the fact that I was right? Yes and no. Because the thing is, they didn't care what I had to say, and they told me straight up, I couldn't teach them anything. They wanted me to learn from them. And I'm like, well, I learned from you. So the thing is, if I learned from you the way that you taught the lesson, I learned the exact lesson you wanted me to learn, and that's leave you fuck alone, just like you did with me. So I told you, they straight up cray. There's something wrong with my family. Do I wish harm on them? No. Is harm coming their way? Yeah. And you say, how do you know that? I still dream about it. I dream fucked up shit about my family all the time. Now, sometimes my father is just basically telling me certain things. Because I told him, listen, you keep showing me them, and I don't want to see them. But then I had to learn. He said, now, your family exists because I brought them into being. Now, when you see them in the dream, what do you see? Well, they're never anything like what I remember them to be in life. He said, yeah, because that's not who you're dealing with. You're dealing with me. Now, the only thing you ever wanted from your family was to be that version of me that you see exhibited. That's how my gift works. I dream about the living and the dead. And see, the dead, I know, I have to come back to complete certain lessons. And because they, even though I see them in spirit being one way, they were not that way in life. And then the living are one way in life, but in death or in the dreamscape, they're not the same. They're trapped. See, I can deal with them in the dreamscape. I can't deal with them in life because they basically got too many things going on because they're filters. They're taking in all the shit that's going on in the world. They're taking in the fact that they are black or male or female, gay or straight, whatever the religious take is, whatever they're dealing with, who their friends are. I mean, they have to go through all that shit. They're ciphering through all that shit. All that shit is not really available for me to tap into, and neither do I want to because that's overload. Now, my father can tap into it, and that's why he can sit there and tell me, you know, give him a break. Because, see, sometimes somebody else starts speaking, and I'm like ready to just go off, and he says, slow your roll. He'll say that like that, and I'll hear it. And then I'll sit there, and I'll say, okay, I'm just going to breathe. I'm just going to listen. Because sometimes in this level of consciousness that we exhibit, that we call life, we don't always get out what we need to say right away. We don't get to the point. And I'm an impatient motherfucker. I had a friend, she called me, it was funny, I went to church with her. She took me up to AME up here. And she was funny because she bounced the check to the church for $5. We both went to UCLA, and she was funny. She bounced the church to, she made an offer, wrote a check for $5 to the church. And then later on showed me the check bounced, and they sent it to her talking about that we put this through a couple times in the bank, sent it back, and, you know, can you make good on it and all that kind of stuff. And she said, how come they didn't sit here and say, apparently you struggling with something, can we help you? No. They wanted to do she made good on that $5 and those service fees they incurred. She was right. She was funny. But I digress. She was somebody I went to school with. And she was funny as hell. And we hung out for a while. I met her brother. Her brother was a trip too. Because we had went out once. I don't know where we went, but we were at some club. And the women were on one side of the room and the men were on the other side of the room. But the women were talking to me. And I was just talking to the women. And they were like, why can't we meet a man like you? And I'm like, okay, is that the fact that because I'm gay? Because I ain't trying to get down with these women like that. But the men wanted to get down. I knew what they wanted. And they were mad at me because when I went back over to the men, they were like, dude, you making us look bad. That's what you talking about. All these women are sitting and grinning in your face, and that's all you do is talk to them. Listen to what they have to say. And they might not be saying anything you want to hear, but you just listen to them. Shit, I let them talk. I don't care. Because I mean, shit. Yeah, and then I don't want it. They just want somebody to listen to them. I can listen to you. Shit, I ain't doing nothing else. I'm bored of this club. I mean, I can dance. I can have a cocktail, but shit, outside of that, I ain't thinking about that else. I'm ready to go home. I'm hanging out with straight people. Seriously. Yeah, ain't none of y'all won't. What was that? Okay, I needed that. I was trying to figure out, now, why did I bring Maryland up? I was talking about basically the living versus the dead. And the fact that I dream, and I dream in the sense that the two are intertwined, but they're really not. Those in spirit I usually know are in spirit, and they're doing things that it has an effect here, whereas the stuff that we do here also has an effect there, and everything is out of balance, and that's what's being worked on as we speak. Y'all still sitting there trying to figure out who the Antichrist is, or who the Messiah is. I mean, y'all been looking for all this shit for a long time. The thing is, seeking you shall find. But the thing is, it doesn't mean you don't recognize it when you see it, because you're stupid. When you sit there and say, now, I want to learn something, you have to apply yourself. I ain't saying that just to say it. I mean, seriously. If I take a class and they ain't saying anything that's of interest to me, I get bored real quick. And I get antsy, and I should get impatient. And I have to try and reel myself in, because I will want to curse the teacher. Because I'm sitting there talking about, why you taking me through this basic shit? And then at the same time, when we're doing something that actually makes sense to me, because then they sit and say, well, come on. I say, no, see, the thing is, I'm reading shit. I used to get in trouble in training classes because I actually wanted to learn the material. And other people would just start trying to skate through it real quick. And then we got to the job site, motherfuckers didn't know how to do shit. They're asking me, Carlos, how you do this? I said, it was in the manual. What, you didn't learn it? They had a module for it. What, you didn't learn it? And then you want to ask me to help you out when you should learn how to do that shit. So, even, like I said here at this county, that lady, she was rushing me out of there and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I was the last one there. I said, I'm still trying. I said, I told her, I said, I'm having a problem. These sites are not loading like they're supposed to. And they talk about the platform that I'm trying to run their application on is not complying with what I have. And at the same time, it wasn't just what I had, because I thought, okay, maybe it's just some outdated software on my phone, because I was first trying to access the site there. So then I go online there, and they're supposed to have the latest update. Got the same error message. Somebody did something to tweak something in the background, and it's fucked up. Same thing, like, it was something I wanted to say in the episode. Shit never would play. It finally played the other night. And stuff, I guess they got enough complaints about it. Because, see, I'm not going to complain about everything. And it's not my job to sit there and write in and tell you that your shit is fucked up. You should know your shit is fucked up. The shit ain't working. Because I've tested enough software. I've helped people to bump enough shit. And they sit there and say, it's not supposed to do that. I said, duh. Is that not why you have me testing this shit? And I'm telling you, it's doing this. We already know it's not supposed to do it. What you gonna do to fix it? You have to go to work. And they fixed it. Because shit was not doing what it was supposed to be doing. It was something they was, new program they were creating. Because I knew what the rules were. I sat in that meeting. I was probably the most junior and most green of anybody who was sitting there on that panel. And I was telling them what I was seeing. And the director of the department said, if he has a concern, then I have a concern. So I used to work for that lady. I didn't work for her anymore. I was in another department. But she knew my work. She said, no, he don't play like that. I know he don't play like that. See, now my father, when he called me, he said, I don't want you working for the devil, I want you working for me. Now, I understood that on a number of different levels. Because there is an expression, you cannot serve two masters, and it's true. And see, the devil is a convoluted mess as far as an idea as to what it is. Because see, it's not somebody, with horns and a pitchfork, although, yeah, it can be. That would make it easy. Which you also know. The people say the devil comes in a pleasing countenance. Now, that might not be a man. It's easy to demonize and bastardize a man. But at the same time, Lucifer was the fairest of angels. That's feminine. There's people that know that. There's people that talk about it, but you don't put too much stock in it because the thing is, now, women are talking about goddess energy and, that they can't get down with the patriarchal ideal. So now they want to make it about God being female. Is the world will be any better because God is female than it is with God being a masculine entity identified when masculine energy as identified is so fucked up. And women, we know you can be straight up fucked up too. Not just with men, but with yourselves. And men are already fucked up with themselves. So what you gonna do? You ask too many questions without being able to think through a process before you ask the question. And then sit there and say, well, I know that, you know in this moment what you think you know. And then later on, you will sit there and say, no. There's a family guy. That man, it's funny as hell. Man, he really is. He's a genius on so many levels. I mean, not just for what he does with Family Guy and all that kind of stuff. Or with Orville. See, Orville. It's like, it's a take on like Star Trek and stuff like that. And he has taken a lot of those people who I used to work with on Star Trek, and they are on there. Some in recurring roles, and some in guest starring roles, but they then showed up on their show. And I'm like, and then I look at the storylines and say, that's just a rehash and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I watched all the Star Trek. Because I'm like, he just rehashes some stuff, but at the same time, he said he's atheist. He really don't believe anything. Just like, what is it? South Park. Trey Parker and Matt Stone. They pick on the Mormons. I believe they're Mormon. I thought they were Mormon. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. In this day and age, excuse me, they pick on what they can get away with. They wanted to depict, Prophet Muhammad. They got death threats, and Comedy Central would not let them, because they were poised to do it. Because they said, because they had made Moses, was it Moses? A spinning top. So this shit was crazy. And they have Jesus. They depict everybody. They make fun of everything. Potty mouth kids, the potty mouth kids, and stuff. The kids never grow up. There's a reason for that. Because and the kids are basically just, and their parents is straight up crack right. But the thing is, all they're doing is talking about current politics. They get that shit out real quick. And you say, how do they do it? And they do it. Not just here in the States. They have offices overseas too to help with that animation. Well, the thing here, it's not really, as far as we're concerned, about anything other than the fact that they have some shit to say. And they get pissed. I mean, because Isaac Hayes had a resurgence in a career as chef until he called himself becoming a born-again Christian and had problems with some of the stuff they said about Christianity. And they fucked him as far as the storyline goes. Yeah, they were right to. I said, ain't no one on the glory. I mean, he did all he was supposed to do, but the thing is, I'm going to tell you something. I don't care about the fact that you have an opinion about anybody's particular religion or whatnot, because even amongst the people who share that religion, they have an opinion. And they might see that shit as pretty much on point. And somebody else is just getting credit for having said it. And you say, well, they have the right to say it because. No problem. But the thing is, if you don't want yourself to be seen in a particular light, then don't exhibit that behavior. Don't sit there and make it about the fact that somebody just painted you out of context, because somebody saw that aspect of you, and you know damn well they did. Or some episode, I mean, that shit was old. I mean, because I had missed a lot of South Park, but I was looking at something. And then talking about Easter. What does Easter have to do with the resurrection? And they said to Rabbit, was it the Last Supper? We talk about the Catholic Church and the hats and stuff. Talking about that was covering up the years and stuff. I mean, shit was funny. And they was going to make Rabbit stew or whatever to keep the lie going on. And the thing is, it wasn't even about the fact that it had anything to do with dying these days and all that kind of shit, or secret society and all that kind of shit. It has to do with the fact what they said. You're going to keep a lie going on in relationship to what you say you believe. And the question is, what do you believe? And why is it that because you believe it, somebody else must believe it too? Mine made up is just that. Now, if you actually call yourself a student of the divine, you never wanted him to make up his mind where you stand with him. When you say the prayer, let me be pleasing in your sight, that means that's a work in progress. And sometimes the hand that must mold you is a heavy one, because you are not that willing of a student. Because somebody just tell you something, and you sit there and say, that ain't what it is. You have to go through something in order to want to change. Clay. Seriously. Clay is a fixed vessel until it's molded into something else. It's malleable. And, you put some water on it, which is emotion-based. And then you have a hand on it, which is not your own. And then it molds you into a shape and form that you now need to be. So what am I doing? There's a couple of things coming through for me. One, my father wants me to understand why he wants me to teach you. Even though I tell him, I said, I am not a teacher. He knows I do not want to teach. Last time I taught y'all hung me on the cross. You say, you don't. Oh, I have all kind of memories. You just don't know what my memories are. And it's not for you to sit there and for me to find them. Seriously. You want to sit there and put off that Donald Trump is the Messiah. Somebody wrote that shit and put that shit out there. And little sis put it online. Just like you said Obama was the Antichrist. See, I can accept that you believe Obama is the Antichrist, but I will never accept that Donald Trump is a Messiah. That is an insult. Donald Trump ain't thinking about nobody. I have never liked that man. When you say, well, Jesus loves everybody, I didn't say I didn't love him. And I can't even say I love him. I'm just neutral on that stance. But I have never liked him. I love his honesty. But I don't love the fact that he doesn't go anywhere. I mean, because as far as he's concerned, just because he said something that's truthful, that must make him lovable. No. It just makes you a straight up ignoramus fool. Because if you know that you have said something that's really fucked up, and you know why you said it, and you know who you playing, and you know why you playing them, and at the same time you never admit to the fact that it's wrong, then why am I dealing with you? And this is the sad part. I didn't know he was a Catholic till like a few weeks ago, but they said he's a practicing Catholic. I said, well, ooh, he ain't got nothing to do with Christ. Because I really don't see many people who are Catholic as that anything to do with Christ. Now, don't get me wrong. There's people in the Catholic faith who actually subscribe to the teachings of Christ. But there's a lot of people, including your priests and your bishops, all the way up to your pope and stuff. And that's some fucked up shit in the name of Christ. God and his Christ. And no, I ain't all about that. There's too much idol worship in there. You done made saints and stuff. It's for you to anoint. Who do you anoint? Who gave? Christ never said to go out there and make saints. That shit came out of Roman heritage. That's what the Romans did. Trying to get back control of what they had in terms of the world. And didn't get back much of anything. This world is fucked. So that's just your opinion. No problem. I told you. My best weapon of defense against you is the fact that you don't believe me. And I don't believe you. Which means I never subscribe to your teachings. My father told me a long time ago, you stick with your own beliefs. And my beliefs ain't got shit to do with yours. Hold on a second. So now what you want to do? As this shit is being shut down. It's not happening overnight. We ain't giving you a date. We ain't giving you a time frame. The thing is, I mean, you have to learn about hell on earth. You said you knew what it was. Oh, you didn't know what it was. See, certain people said they knew what it was, and now they sit there saying their life was good. You don't understand that? You understand the psychics and the witches story? They all talked about how good their life was. Now, we're free to be who we are. Doreen said that. Until she fled. Now she out to live for Jesus. And the rest of them out there saying the same thing. We're free to be who we are. Because in previous lifetimes. That's why they gravitate towards so easily. That's why it's a natural talent for them. Because that's who they were. They went back to who they were. And they're happy about that. And they ain't gonna give it up. Because what? They got you. And you don't understand the price you're paying. That shit is funny. It's telling me. It's sad. Because they have to deal with this shit too. I told my father. I said, you fucking me in hell. And here in hell with him. He said, when he said prepare the cage, y'all still are trying to figure out when the devil gonna go in the pit. It's gonna be 1,000 years apiece. The devil's in the pit. The pit of despair is you. You all dealing with the devil. In and of yourself as well as you're dealing with each other. That's what the pit is. You're locked in. And now you are poised for self-destruction. Dealing with scary things, fears, and all that kind of stuff. That's what you're doing. You told you, y'all got problems. Now, do I have problems too? Yeah, of course I do. What I do, the best thing I can. Anybody who I know is studied in the Word and understands it. That's why I tell people, hey, stand true in faith, pray to the Father. Miss Maggie understands that. My barber understands that. That's dope. Do they understand it from a different vantage? Yeah, because they're different people. Miss Maggie will tell me straight up if I say something. She said, I don't understand what you mean. I said, and when she says that, I said, it's no different than what happens with me when I talk to the Father. And I said, okay, I get that. Look at it like this. And stuff. Because that's what it is. It's a conversation. We're here trying to help each other. Because, see, the righteous cannot be forsaken. They will not be forsaken. Because he's always going to put somebody in play. That's why you don't know who is who and who's going to deliver a message to you that you need to hear. But you don't go over everybody and you don't subscribe to all their teachings. Because the thing is, you don't know where they're coming from when they say that shit. There might be something they're working on. And every time you learn something, you don't run out and tell it right away. Because, see, I've learned some shit. And wake up, I said, well, I should, no, you don't say anything right just yet. He says that one time, it's okay. I'll let it go. I don't think anything of it. It'll be 2 or 3 weeks later, and something else will happen, and I'll fit it to that, and then I'll say, oh, that's why, because it was a complete story. I would have told you some half-truths, and that's not going to get you anywhere. My job is to try and help those who are ours. I mean, because when I'm in the dreamscape, I mean, the people I'm talking to are trying to help us. They're trying to help me. And sometimes I hear them. They come in. I feel them. They come in. And stuff. And I hear them saying, you can listen to us. No, you only can listen to the Father. So we have to, the Father talk to him in a minute. And stuff. I'm like, I know you're in here. I don't know why you do. I mean, can they come in? They come in doing stuff. That's what they do. They do stuff. I told you, the veil is thin. There was something else he showed me in a dream this week, yeah. Hold on. Give me a second. That is one thing I never liked about the physical. There is no sickness in the metaphysical, in the dreamscape. But here, you get sick. I hate that shit. And stuff. And normally I don't get sick like that. I knew that. I was sitting in there, and this lady was sitting a couple of seats over from me, and she's just steady coughing. I'm like, oh, fuck. Did I invite the shit in? I don't know. I just know she was sick. She kept coughing. And then a couple of days later, here I am coughing. Coughing up shit. Looking at the color of the mucus. Just trying to breathe. Trying to rest. Trying to relax. Trying. Drinking tea. Let this day away. I was going to go back online and finish at least one more assessment. I am so tired. These 2 days went real quick and stuff. And I have been known to work like 21 days straight without giving myself a day off. Because, they just needed the information and I was working on it. And I got it done, but I was tired. I was doing nothing but working, coming home. I mean, I eat something and then I go to sleep. And then I get up and go back to work. Eat something. And come back home. Eat something and go back to sleep. That's all I was doing. Because I'm that kind of a dedicated bitch. And why would I say a bitch? Well, there's something about that label of being a bitch. Basically, you are determined and stuff. I mean, when you talk about dogs, bitches, they're dogs. Is it to say some dog trying to get on top of her, and she go, ah! No, you ain't doing that. Hold on. Trying to get stuff out of my nose. I'm trying to get stuff out of my throat. It's still up here. It's in the head. Nothing's in the chest. That's good. I can breathe. I still have strength. I'm just tired. I ate my tacos earlier. I'm not going to eat anything else. I'm not hungry. My tacos. Should have had some tea and more coffee. Tomorrow morning, I gotta do some other stuff before I go to this class. And then I gotta see what Sister Girl says about certain things that I want to do. You're sitting there saying, why are we sitting there listening to you talk about you trying to plan some shit? Well, it's kind of like this. Every time I plan some shit, my father runs interference. I'm going to say that one more time for you. Every time I plan some shit, my father runs interference. When the clutch went out on it, I had just came back from getting a haircut. I was coming back because that was back in November. I was ready. I was like, I know I'm going to get a job. My resume going to be brushed up on. I was in the county. Damn. And I was getting ready to get some shit going. That truck stopped. I mean, it was not shifting gears, and I did good to get that shit to park outside the place I was staying at, and it sat there until that man said he was closing that place up, and I had to move. And I was like, I was gonna have to try and make that truck move, and then I moved it. I moved that truck to a place where I was staying temporarily. I stayed one night. I couldn't stay there because they were like young kids, dope smoking, rappers and stuff. I said, I can't do anything here. And that truck sat outside there, but it was in a place where it was not illegally parked. They didn't do street cleaning, anything like that. And we sat there for a number of weeks. And it was across the street from the shop. Now the man, he did fix the shit, but he also broke some of my shit as far as like inside the play. I guess he didn't think I saw that. I saw it after the fact and stuff. So as far as I'm concerned, you broke some shit in my vehicle. At the same time, you wanted to charge me extra money. And then he wanted more. He didn't get any more money. He got the money I gave him. And then he called himself having an attitude with me, talking about, I said, I didn't blame you for the fact the battery didn't work. I went and got another battery after he charged it. Yeah, he fucking my shit up. I'm looking at it. It's fucked up. He didn't set the shit back right. And stuff. Now, shit still drives. Can all that shit be repaired? Yeah, I mean, it's just plastic, it's woven. I ain't worried about it. Shit, the vehicle runs. Oh, excuse me. I'm just pissed. I'm like, you got me surveying these people? Will I send somebody to him for work? No. You tell your shit up. The place I want to go to, they're further away from here, and they do better care, and do better work, and they are better wage than him. Yeah. He served the purpose. My father said it. He said everything's in place. including the fact that I was like a 15-minute walk from there. Yeah, because the man laughed when he said, "Were you staying? You staying over? I ain't staying across the street. I stayed down the street." That's why I know that this truck had been starting up because I was coming down here periodically and starting it up to make sure the battery didn't go down. And then all of a sudden he started singing a different tune. Because he said, because first he said, you're the mechanic. No, I'm not a mechanic. I'm just telling you, I just bought this battery 6 months ago. It's like I said, it turned out to be 7 months. But still, I should never went down. A 2-year warranty. I was just asking him a question. He said, well, it's very, I mean, the people, they didn't even test it. The lady told me on the phone. Well, I found out that they had set me up into somebody else's account. That was really weird. And the guy fixed that shit. And then, like I said, he's talked out about it. The girl was there, but I talked to her on the phone. She remembered. She was dealing with another customer. I got this guy. Man, he would let me use the restroom, wash my hands, and all kind of shit. I liked him. I didn't like her. Because she had attitude. But as I'm asking her questions, I was not getting belligerent with her. I was asking her questions. And she acted like she did. She said, I didn't wait on you. Okay. So, did you not wait on me? That means you don't know anything. Therefore, you should not wait on me now. So, when I went to that shop, I said, I really hope I don't have to have her wait on me. And I didn't. There was a young man there who ended up waiting on me. And he said, oh, we ain't testing anything. I'm just going to flop this shit out. And then he said, you got an upgraded model. Because I was trying to sit down and say, were there some things on there that I didn't see? To let that battery out? But that battery was heavy. He said, no, this is an upgraded model. Came out of Italy. I'm looking at where it's made at. Now I'm like, made in Italy, made in China. Where's this shit made at? I told you. See, Donald Trump is talking about all these tariffs and shit. You have to start looking at this shit. And where, I mean, you talking about the European Union and stuff. I mean, he gonna fuck up a lot of shit. We said, no, he ain't gonna do that. You don't know what he getting ready to do. God told you, my father uses the devil for what he needs. And you are in league with the devil because you don't know who the devil is. Even in you. I need another second. Oh, you want me? Okay. He wants me to get my Bible. Give me a second. Yeah, that one there? Usually. Okay. Oh, okay. He said it's gonna be Psalm. Okay. I opened it. You want 61 or 62? Okay, he wants Psalm 62. This is, like I said, this New Gideon Bible, but I'll post from the International Version is always something that speaks to me. It's plain speaking. It's usually pretty much on point with the same thing that they're talking about here. That's the only reason why I keep referencing that as a source. Because the thing is, there are various versions out there in the RA trip. Miss Maggie was asking me, like, could I recommend the Bible? I said, you have to go what speaks to you. But I wasn't telling her that to blow her off. I was telling her that because when she starts looking at various versions of the Bible, she'll start to see that there is a correlation or there's a disagreement. And then she's got to read between the two. And that's just her. And the thing is, it's not beyond her intellect to do as much because she's a very intelligent woman. I mean, she teaches me stuff without realizing it. Okay, Psalm 62. Truly my soul looks in stillness to God. From him is my salvation. He alone is my rock and my health, my fortress. I shall not be greatly shaken. How long will you assail a person to break him down? All of you, like a leaning wall, a tottering fence. They consult only to cast him down from his height. They cherish falsehood. With their mouth they bless, but at heart they curse. Selah. Truly, my soul, look in stillness to God, for my expectations is from him. He alone is my rock and my health, my sure defense. I shall not be shaken. My salvation and my glory depend on God, the rock of my defense. My refuge is in God. Trust in him at all times, ye people. Pour out your heart before him. God is to us a refuge. Selah. Lowly man is but a breath. The sons of nobles are only lies. In the scales they go up, altogether lighter than emptiness. But no trust in oppressing. Do not vainly hope in robbery. Your riches increase. Do not set your heart on them. Once God has spoken, twice have I heard this, that strength belongs to God, and to thee, O Lord, belongs covenant love, for thou rewardest every man according to his work. Now, you should understand what that means, because there's a lot in there that is being said. Do I have to break down what's being said? Come on now. You're talking about God as being your rock, your salvation, and all that kind of stuff. We get that. You even say that with Christ. You say a physical manifestation. See, Christ was not God. He was a Messiah. He was a messenger. He was a prophet. He was all kinds of things, but he was not God. But certain people saw him as God. They have exalted him to a godlike status because he understood the Father. And the Father spoke through him. Now, there are other people who will sit there and say, well, we're talking about the same thing because we know that God descended to earth and then he spoke through Christ. Okay. And at the same time, you say that you now are challenged with that same task, but the world in which we now live in does not exhibit the same peace that Christ tried to usher in. We are still dealing with the den of thieves. We're still dealing with those who were on the cross, hanging alongside him. One said, remember me, and they were criminals. And the other one said, well, you're the Messiah. You can ask to be taken down from this cross. He just want to come down off the cross. You just want to get over what you can get away with. I told you, this shit is not easy work. And it's fucked up. Now, did I come up with all that on my own? No. It's conversations I've had with various people. Not just with my father, but people that he put in my life, who are basically giving me their take and stuff. And when I see them in the dreamscape, sometimes they don't say everything that they're supposed to say. And I also see on them a spirit that they're going to come back because he still has more to do. But it's not for me to sit there and tell them, you're coming back. It's like, hey, I'm telling you, I'm coming back only because I agreed to it. I didn't want to. Could I have left? Yeah, but that wasn't going to happen because my father was not going to let me just do an incomplete work because he knows me. Because I'd be looking at that shit from distant out. That shit is fucked up. Somebody needs to fix that. He said, that was your job. I told you, my father has jokes. God is good. I mean, seriously. He can talk to me just like a straight up, as for lack of a better way to put it, in the vernacular, straight up nigga, and say, now, why did you think I called you? And at the same time, because the thing is, I had a dream the other night where some shit was going off, and then he came in, he was like, okay, prepare this trial for this, blah, 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 blah. And I said, wait a minute, you called me. And that was the whole point. He said, I called you. This is plan. He said, I just wanted you to own up to it of your own free will. Because the thing is, he doesn't violate free will. Yeah. Can he strong arm some shit to happen that he won't? Oh, yeah. He does that all the time. That's why I don't trip off these people. Oh. You not want me to say that? Oh, yeah, no, you can say it. It's just nasty truth. He has no problem with the fact that you are psychics, mediums, and more. Seriously. And the fact that at one point in time that I liked and adored you as innocent people. But the thing is, see, Doreen is not in good graces with me, and what makes you think that you are? Just because you did what you were supposed to do? No, you did what you were supposed to do according to his plan. Now, am I going to hate you for that? No. It's not my place. Am I going to judge you? Well, I've already judged you. Because the thing is, you keep parting your lips and putting my name in there. And you can stop doing that. Like I said, I have more respect for people who actually own up to their own shit, as opposed to sitting there saying that I condone they shit. If you want to go to hell, tell the people, I'm going to hell on my own accord, and I ain't got shit to do with Jesus Christ. In fact, don't make it just about you being a psychic or a medium. Let's go into the houses of worship where you say you are some called Christ or a Christian believer. I really want you to start admitting to the fact that you know damn well that as you sitting there making war against people, undermining people, casting your kids out because they don't measure up to what you want them to be. And you don't even know what your job was as a parent. Till you can do that? Oh, no. This world gonna stay fucked. Because as far as I'm concerned, nobody gives a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, nobody gives a fuck. So that means, even as you call yourself being Christian, and this goes down to like the ladies on The View, Sunny Hostin and Meghan McCain, whoever wants to sit there and say they subscribe to some kind of religious ideology. Because Whoopi, she all over the gamut. She don't know what she believes anymore. Joy said, well, you know, we went to the cemetery. That's what we did. That's the only place we can find trees. That's sad. Because she grew up in New York City. Wherever she grew up. Whatever borough she grew up in. I'm telling y'all are so whack. It's not even funny. And you want to sit there and tell me that the problem is mine. It's not my problem. Now, if you gonna call yourself doing all this Ancestry.com tracing back and shit, and you call yourself now saying that the founding fathers created a constitution with you in mind, and you know damn well that they did not have you in mind when they created that constitution. You, as slaves, were not even a full human being. You were like a 10th or a 5th or some shit like that. It was ridiculous. Whatever they came up with some measurement, some unit measurement. Let me see. This is driving me nuts. Because I blow my nose and it's clear. I cough on some shit and it's not. And I'm just tired. But I digress. The founding fathers did not see a person of color who was basically a slave. There was 3/5 of a human being or something like that, shit like that. I mean, they came up with a unit of measurement, but they did that. I mean, because that's basically what the Electoral College is based upon. Because there were states that did not have much of a population, so that was one thing they were taking into consideration. And at the same time, they said, well, I have this wealth, and I should have more of a vote, and that was what they were considering. The slaves did not have a voice, but the fact that the owner owned them. We ain't talking about the women, because women didn't have a voice then either. I told you, y'all don't make much sense, but you talk all the time. And then you want to sit there and tell me I'm stupid. You say you went to school. You say you know U.S. history, U.S. government. You know all kind of shit. You don't know a damn thing. Your kids are straight up crack, and that's why you have to buy them an education at USC. I got a UCLA on my own rights. My mother didn't buy shit. My father didn't buy shit. My father, you didn't see me go to college. He died shortly after my graduation. My earthly father. And my mother, she did what she needed to do, or what she could do. But I mean, it's like I had grants and scholarships, and I worked. I did whatever I had to do to get through that. I was the only one that came out with that degree. My sister, she didn't get her degree. She got her RN license through community college later. But she was supposed to be the first one to come out of college, and she didn't do it. Her brother, he got his degree from trade school. I mean, that's what it was. And we ain't talking about that long ago. I mean, as old as I am, I'm not that old. It is what it is. And my niece, she went to Howard. Now, she might have went back and finally got that last credit she needed, but she didn't graduate. I found that out later. And I was helping her go to school. Did I pay her tuition? No. But I was buying her books, computers, printer, whatever. Because I was trying to help her get an education. And she only had one instruction. If you need it, I gave her a credit card. It was on my account with her name on it, and I said, if you use that card, let me know. She never could do that. How difficult is it to sit there in this day and age, even as far back as that was, and that was not that long ago, to sit there and say, Uncle, I made a purchase. Because there was something that came through, and I said, girl, did you do that? No. And I had to sit there and call fraud on the account, and they had to close it down. And I said, okay, send the card back to me. Cut it up and send it back to me. She didn't do that. I said, girl, you sent the card. No, I threw it away. I told you to cut it up and send it back to me. See, that is a college education that went nowhere. Now, does that mean her life ended? No. She dealing with her mama. She don't have me in her life. She ain't worried about that. She at one time said she wished I could have been her father, but like, why? The father she had was scandalous. Her mother is scandalous. But she's married to a man. I guess he's a good man. I don't know. I never met the man. He was determined to marry her. He got a kid. Beautiful kid. I ain't worried about it. I saw a picture of him. I met the baby. Baby was cute. I held her. She's a cute baby. I ain't worried about that. So, what comes out of that? Relationship. Let's see. I don't even like talking. Because when I start talking up some truth. And normally, when I don't feel like this, certain things happen with the body when I cough a certain truth. But now, this shit, I'm choking on. I ain't gonna choke on this shit no more. I'm gonna let it out. It is what it is. So, now, is my niece gonna be okay? She'll be better off than her mama. Is her mama gonna be okay? She'll be better off than, say, my brother. Is my brother gonna be okay? That depends. Is he gonna be better off than, I don't know, bigger person? Any person? Because right now, y'all got a lot of people you have to sort through. And see, that is also a part of the age of humanitarianism that you don't see. But I tell you what, rest on those laurels. And I'm going to post that little scripture. What was it? Psalm 62. So you can reflect upon it. You have a nice day, or evening, or whatever. Because tomorrow, I got to be in this class, and I got to finish up what I'm doing. Bye.